Welcome to Luberas, Swiss fruit and berry plant producers and breeders. My name is Markus Kobelt. I'm founder and breeder of Lubera. This is the third video about the Zuefos project, about our project within the Zuefos project. And today I want to talk to you about one of the main results we heard in the first 2 years of the project, and about the hypothesis we have taken out of this result. The most interesting result, besides finding here and there something more resistant, were finding one population which is very productive for Fireblight resistance. We had a cross, Resi, East German variety by Julia, a Czech variety. And in the first year where we were testing our bibliothèque, we tested out of this cross 9 numbers. And from these 9 numbers, 4 or 5 were resistant, high tolerant against Fireblight. So we were a little bit thinking, why is this the case? In the next year, we tested again, but now 30 numbers out of this cross, and again about half of this population was tolerant, high tolerant or resistant to scab, so below 5% of damaged branches when they are artificially inoculated with Fireblight. So our hypothesis then was that there is something. No specialist, no scientist could say us why, but we thought it should be possible within this family of varieties to have a more productive Fireblight resistance breeding than we know, because normally when you are breeding a susceptible variety by a tolerant variety, you have 1–2% of resistant ones, and perhaps if you are crossing 2 resistant or tolerant ones, you have perhaps 5, 6, 7 resistant outcoming numbers or varieties. So we were interested to have a more productive way of conventional breeding for Fireblight resistance, and for that we had to produce populations, crosses within this family. For example, this is a cross where we crossed 2 sisters out of this cross, Resi by Julia. So we crossed two of the most interesting children out of this cross, which were resistant against Fireblight. We crossed them to have this population, and now we have to test the whole population against Fireblight. But if we would send a plant like this to Quedlinburg, to Mr. Richter, and he would inoculate Fireblight to this plant, the whole plant would be dead and must be thrown away. And we couldn't go on with this variety if it would be tolerant or resistant. This is the reason that we have to make out of this plant at least 6 plants to have results, that we will be able to send 4 plants to Quedlinburg to test, and 2 plants are in our nursery here to be tested for fruit quality if this number is resistant and the other is not resistant. But this I will show you in the next video about the Zuefos project.